Hey, what's up guys? I'm Hunter. This is episode 2 of our Artorias of the Abyss DLC walkthrough. It has been quite a while since I last casted Dark Souls. Now that the DLC is available on consoles, and you guys have had a few days to maybe get to this point in the game, I wanted to pick up this cast once again and get on with episode 2. We're picking up right where we left off, right outside of Knight Artorias' arena, and we get to watch one of the coolest cutscenes in the game. So there we can see how ruthlessly Knight Artorias deals with, his underlings. I don't know what that poor fellow did to deserve such wrath, but makes for a pretty badass intro to this boss fight. Maybe my favorite boss fight in the game, and we're gonna go a kind of crazy style here. No shield. I like to keep the shield on my back. I like to, play this game really aggressively. There are symptoms of that, such as the blood stain that was left on the arena floor, and that actually indicates to everyone that this has been edited a little bit. I mean, I wanted you guys to see that intro cutscene, so I had to sort of edit that in. Anyways, we're trying to interrupt the power within that Knight Artorias casts, or his equivalent of the Abyss power within. If you watched my first encounter with this boss, I put that video up, no commentary, a couple months ago, melee strategy for Knight Artorias. And in that video, I had the two-handed executioner sword, and I was actually able to interrupt his power within. He's going to try to cast that every time you deal about 25 or 30% damage, and if you let him get it off, he's going to deal a ton of extra damage. So it's nice to be able to interrupt that. I don't manage to pull it off. You can see him fleeing again, and he's doing it again right here, but I just don't have the damage output to interrupt him. All in all, this boss fight isn't that hard. I'm saying that after I've already, fought him many times, so I sort of know his movesets, and I've, gotten used to how he telegraphs some of his abilities, so you can really see them coming. Not the cleanest boss fight by any means. I've taken a good amount of damage. But Knight Artorias here, his health bar is wavering just a little bit, and he's almost dead. One more lunging attack, and then a couple more strikes, and we are able to take him out. So he's sort of the flagship boss of Artorias of the Abyss DLC. Really cool boss. I'd like to know a bit more, I guess, about the lore with him, like why one of his arms just doesn't work at all. But maybe we can save that for another video, possibly. We're going to head over to this bonfire here. This is Oolacile Township, a hotbed of PvP. This is my favorite place to PvP these days. A lot of people do invasions here just because it's, there's such a convenient bonfire. There's a nice open area to duel. It's right next to the arena, and a lot of people haven't killed Manus, like everyone's going to kill Knight Artorias, but not everyone is going to right away go and kill Manus. So it just, leads that to, being a really good PvP spot. Now I've come back here and I'm thinking, where is Ciaran? And she only spawns once you quit and reload, or possibly, go to another zone or kill another boss and come back or whatever. So here we are, reloaded the game. I fast forwarded that for you guys. And we see Ciaran here praying at Knight Artorias' tombstone.
Dear friend, I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
A humble request.
Thank you.
I'm nice. I give her the soul. As of now, there is absolutely no benefit to actually giving her the soul. It does nothing. She gives you the 2 daggers, but you can get those daggers anyway if you kill her, and I think everyone, or a lot of people, choose to kill her, And I'm going to make that same decision. You know, I was nice by giving her the soul, and now I'm going to be an asshole and ruthlessly put an end to her. So getting a 1400 plus another 544 damage without her attacking me yet. She sort of condemns me for being human and saying we're all alike and things like that. And now is time for the epic showdown, the duel. I've definitely got an advantage going into that one. Going for a repulsed, I miss it, but I get the backstab off. And I mean, she's got her two tracers, the gold and silver tracers there. I guess she had a backup pair, but yeah, we're able to kill her off anyway. And the reason why we kill her off is for the Lord Blade set. Of course, Ciaran there, one of Gwyn's 4 Lords of the Blade, I think. I'm not huge into the lore. I haven't done a ton of reading about it, but yeah, you can sort of see the decisions that I make with her and sort of what we get. So we get those 2 silver tracers, and we get the armor from her as well. All you have to do is, well, kill her off. You can also hang on to that Knight Artorias' soul, and man, I wish I knew exactly what that was for. You can get Knight Artorias' armor from the guy who sells you the master key under the bridge that leads to Undead Burg. Domhall is his name. So now he will sell the Knight Artorias armor as well. I don't think that has anything to do with the soul of Artorias. Anyways, so we're continuing now into Oolacile Township. And this is, I think, where this episode really shines. There was a quick edit there early on. Of course, I'm referring to the Artorias, the Abyss intro. I edited it in, but there's no editing for like any time following that until the very end of the video. So this is all seamless. I'm going to seamlessly show you all the secrets in Oolacile Township. So you can roll down here, pick up a few souls with that brave warrior. Heading along this way, first we're going to go get our first, what do you call it, the physical magic, that dark magic. But I did hear this guy coming. I had headphones on when I was actually recording this. Sound, very important in, well, Dark Souls and, other Souls games. Demon Souls, really. Anyways, you're going to want to be careful with these guys. They do a ton of physical damage with their dark magics. But I will also introduce you guys to a reusable item that deflects it quite handedly. Getting staggered there, having my shield up, and then I rolled through the second dark orb. Oh, that one catches me out of mid-air. You don't actually see that happen very often. It flattens you on your back, I guess, if you get caught in mid-air. And, oh man, we really do want to kill this guy off before we get hit one more time. Once you deal with them, this room, of course, empty. Strangely enough, there are 2 empty chests. I'm not sure what was ever in there or what explanation there is for that, but the one chest that we do open has that dark orb. We are not going to take the advice of somebody's message that they left there. We're going to continue on here. I'm not actually going to use any of these magics, but I did want to sort of show you guys where they're all located. So we've got that first dark orb, and then heading up these stairs, we're going to do another roll off. And for this next part, you're going to need a light source. And this message here, left by the developers, I had never seen it until last night. And I had never even heard of this this item until last night, which is, I don't know, it's really exciting for me, to be completely honest. So if you've got the Skull Lantern, the Sunlight Maggot, or the Cast Light Miracle, you can get through that doorway. I use the Skull Lantern, and we get the Silver Pendant. So this one is just going to go on your belt. You can spam it, you can reuse it however many times you want. And after you cast it for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, any dark magic that is coming your way is completely deflected. Also, for the record, on this rooftop here, there is ordinarily a crystal gecko, but I suppose I scared him off earlier. You don't want to be careful. There are quite a few of these bloated headed ones that are always hiding behind corners. You can sort of see the silver pendant in action there as well. Really cool. When I first got Prepare to Die in August, I told myself I wasn't going to use any spoilers, any walkthrough, the wiki, or anything like that. So I never heard of or found the silver pendant. But now that I'm actually recording and I want to provide you guys with a walkthrough, I want to have all the details here. So last night when I was reading the wiki, I'm like, oh, silver pendant, you know, deflects dark magic. Sounds pretty useful, and it's one of the, like, it's irreplaceable when it comes to deflecting that dark magic, especially in like PvP. So I'm really happy that this is in the game. I had no idea. I thought I knew everything about this game. Apparently not. Just going to pick up a couple upgrading shards. Now, this is an important part here. When you head down the stairs... Oh, actually, I'm going to get extra fancy and do a nice dropping attack. There we go. Flattening that dark mage, killing off her comrade there. And you don't want to head in that direction. There are a lot of guys in wait over there. Instead, go up these stairs, and I'll show you a couple secrets over this way as well. So you can sometimes get ambushed from behind here, but that's kind of rare. And up these stairs is going to be another guy here. Dealing with him, no problem. And now we're going to head down there in a moment, but first I want to show you where there is a red Titanite Chunk. If you make this jump across the way... Oh, I heard this guy coming as well. If you make this jump, you can see the chest there right above my feather. That is a red Titanite Chunk. That jump would probably take me about 12 attempts, so we're not going to do it, but just wanted to show you guys if you were upgrading Chaos weapons or something. Rolling down here, you know, this room doesn't seem too threatening at first. There's just one of these bloated-headed guys. Again, going to take care of him, sort of clear the area. Oh, there's another one here. So yeah, as I mentioned before, sometimes they can jump down on you on the staircase there. There is an opening for that. Now don't be fooled with this chest. You see the chain that is sort of pointed at us instead of curled away from us. It is a mimic. We kill him off before he's able to do any damage, and you get the Crest Key. The Crest Key is used to get to Gog. Maybe that's not how you pronounce his name, but he's a dragon slayer, a blind dragon slayer. And you can get to him. He's opposite the PvP arena. Now, we headed down here, killed off that mage, and there was a rope there, and the rope's been cut already. Usually in Souls games, you got to cut those ropes, and it drops a corpse, and the corpse has loot on it. This one is sort of pre-cut, which was just a little strange to me. Here, I'm just showing you a secret Twin Humanities. I only found out about this last night as well. Yeah, this is some thorough exploration of Oolacile Township and what I think is probably the best route to take. Really quickly and smartly, we're going to activate the elevator. Activating shortcuts in this game, #1 sort of stress reliever and anti-rage mechanic, you know, should you die. We were followed, and we're going to head back and pick up that loot that was, you know, chopped down by somebody else that I mentioned a moment ago. So this room is definitely flooded with monsters. I'm actually a little bit careless here, just running out. Like, you're really going to want to just sort of poke your nose in there, drag the enemies out, keep your shield up, and just use thrusting attacks as I'm doing here, especially with the Balder side sword. Just tremendous range with this weapon. It probably has better range than any other sword in the game, except for maybe the washing pole. Now, this corpse is going to give us dark fog. Okay, so we've got those 2 dark magics available. And this is when my flawless recording kind of all went to shit, and I got invaded by a Japanese player. And, well, this isn't a PvP video. This is a walkthrough, and I don't want to include like a 6-minute PvP that didn't even end in my favor. Very frustrating encounter. So I've edited that out. You can see the transition pretty blatantly. So now that we're back down here again, this is also a very tricky part. I'm kind of showing off a little bit and not doing it as carefully as I could. Usually it's best to just stick to the outsides and go behind the pillars and do that. I've been using the silver pendant, rolling towards these guys and taking out these two dark mages as well. And now we've got a very interesting encounter. I remember when I first encountered this guy, it was such a surprise. I'm like, what is this abomination? This guy is known as the Chained Prisoner. Now you can see that my thrusting attacks and slashing attacks just bounce right off this guy's armored exterior. But the jumping attack, forward R2, it hits clean. It's like a nice flesh wound, over 400 damage with it. And it's way better, because if you're thrusting or slashing a really hard surface and you're bouncing off it, that sort of staggers you, it stuns you, it leaves you vulnerable. But yeah, for whatever reason, those leaping attacks hit clean. And I didn't know this guy was here. This was probably the #1 rage moment during the whole recording. I sort of turned around, I was examining the abyss on the ground, taking in the environment or whatever. I thought it was over and done. I thought this elevator was clear, but no, there is an enemy in wait on that elevator as well. He scared the crap out of me and sent me falling down the elevator shaft. So we did another quick cut there. Apparently he only spawns once anyway. And now... a little while later, here we are at the Chasm of the Abyss bonfire. I've shown you all the loot in Oolacile Township. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our walkthrough. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm Hunter SC. Peace out.